in the building. Before I get started, let's cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on our black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
What is up, guys? Let's share the screen here. Got my guy Todd Malik in the house. What's going on? Excuse me. This may be your final chance. Are you ready for this fall? Little wordplay right there. Are you ready for this fall? This is normally what they do when they talk about, like, fall season shows, but we're talking about quite a different fall right there. A little double entendre because we're also in the season of fall. So there you go, a little triple entendre for you. Let's get this going up in here. Let's share. And of course, if you have not joined the Telegram, why take on the crypto world by yourself when you can take it on with others? We're 111 members strong in here. We were sharing information yesterday about wallets because we're looking for ledger alternatives. Go in there today and go in there and find it completely free. If you want to take a step up from there, you can look at the Patreon, less than a cup of coffee for a weekly watch list. So much great stuff going on here. And check out the episode we did yesterday as well. Episode we did yesterday on the show, www.darkhorsewatcher.com. We talked about cryptos that could possibly be banks, okay? I mentioned 4 cryptos specifically. And we had a very active crowd. They mentioned some other ones, but your boy mentioned 4 specifically. Okay. I also honorable mentioned a stock there. I'm sure you can think about it if you think about it. What if 4 crypto coins became future banks? Definitely check that out. It was a very nice episode yesterday. So yeah. What are we talking about today here? What shall fall, if you will? Okay. What shall fall? What? Pray tell. Bitcoin. Pray tell. This may be your final chance at possibly sub 20 Bitcoin. Okay. In the next week, okay? And where are we getting this from? We're getting this from precedent, and we're getting this from moon phases, okay? So let's explain here. So let's pull on back to the last Bitcoin halving. Gotta excuse me here. Mousing is not the best here. Let's go back to the last Bitcoin halving. You can see this kind of multi-hump structure that's kind of very eerily similar to what our chart looks like right now. And it kind of lulled on down until like the end of December and spruced on up after January. And then you have Rona and then the Bitcoin halving, okay? So chances are we don't get a Rona this time. I mean, let's hope so, right? You'll see here. So it might be possible that Bitcoin just begins and starts to do something around December of this year or November of this year. That's a different subject though, right? But let's just stay focused on what's coming up this September in about a week or less, okay, right? So that looks eerily similar to when things just started to fall. There we go with fall again. Last Bitcoin halving, if we come over here and look at our structure here, looks, if I can use my mouse correctly, looks oddly similar. Looks oddly similar. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to move this thing. It's not moving the way I want it to here. So yeah, you could see that it looks oddly similar. Like 3 humps with a peak in the middle and another hump that doesn't quite get as high, even though it did kind of tip a little bit higher. Yeah, it looks very, very similar there. Let me go to a different chart, see if I can. Oh my God. Okay, it's just not moving for me. Sorry, guys. I was trying to move the chart. It just won't move for me. But I think you get what I'm saying there. So let's go to the moon phases. We have a new moon coming up here, and September 14th could happen before the new moon, could happen after the new moon. But one of the things we note with new moons, and by the way, if there are any questions, just put them in the chat and we'll get to those questions, okay? What's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? Okay, let's get back to it here. So again, if we look at the moon phases here, let's see how nice this is going to be to me. Not very, I guess. Oh, God. All right, you know what I'm going to do here? We're going to just close this. We're going to leave and we're going to go right back in there. Sorry about that, guys. It seemed like my interface was not working properly there, and I'm trying to be very patient with myself when it comes to scrolling, so bear with me, please. So let's wait for this to pop back up here, and we're going to go to Bitcoin. So while we're waiting for that to pop up, we can already see this kind of playing out in a lot of the altcoins, right? If you could look at things like Matic, things like HBAR, which we said HBAR had a token unlock, right? We gave you that information on here. But you can already see money draining out of the altcoins. Okay, here we go. We can put on the moon phases. You can kind of see every new moon, there's kind of a dip. It's not 100%, but you can kind of see it on certain new moon phases that we do have like dips here. So that's what we're kind of looking at coming into this next new moon phase. Looks like there's quite possibly going to be a dip. And you can see here, like the only thing that kind of saved this, that we got this little kind of anomaly here, this little haboob, this little boob, if you will. That was the, what is it? Grayscale winning their case against Bitcoin. Okay. For the most part, it's just been for at least multiple days, just holding the straightest of straight lines, right? And when you see something like this, only one way can break, right? Or up or down. And I'm pretty much with the new moon coming here, we're saying down. We're saying that it's going to break down. Okay. All right. Somewhere around that time. So be really nice if we can get Bitcoin somewhere here under 19 or under 20, excuse me. I honestly do not believe we go back to the 17s or the 16s where we were before the Sammy Bankman Fried fiasco, right? I don't think we're going to get that. I just really don't think we're going to get that. And I can show you some more chart stuff about why I don't think we'll get that. Let me know if you want to see that. But let me go over here for some questions. Hey, Tim Shea, what's going on? What's up, Crypto in Focus? So let's cover a couple of these altcoins that we've already seen break down. One of which is Hedera, and we told you guys. And this is another reason, kind of, why we think that September is going to be not so great month. We already had a whole bunch of token unlocks that kind of corresponded with September. So we had Optimism, DYDX, and HBAR. They released a lot of tokens. Optimisms was like a couple days ago. So was HBARs. So DYDXs was on August 29th. So a lot of just dumping from projects. And Hedera's was quite a big dump. If we go over here and take a look, and we told you guys about this before it actually happened. So this should be no surprise to you guys. From, gosh, I think when we were talking about it, it was like at 5.8 all the way down to 4.8. So should be no surprise there with that. But if we go look at something like a Matic, which has been pretty good holding its price for like most of the year, and then we got, okay, hold on. Wrong Matic, apparently. This is the, and then we got it down here at the 55-cent area. Lowest in quite a little bit. You can go back to the June 23 area. I forget what this was that actually happened here. But then you got to go all the way back to July of 2022 to get that low of a price of Matic. So this one of those ones with like the Matic phone that we can I kind of think this is like a easy 2x in my mind. Not financial advice. Don't want to be anybody's financial advisor, but in my mind, this is at least a good 2x here. What's up in the cut? What's going on, OMC? Rue, as an experienced programmer, what do you think about transitioning to EMV or Soul Rust professionally? Honestly, I can't say because I'm not in that type of programming. I do programming for like C++, Qt, Qt. It's like a framework. They call it Qt. I call it Qt because that's how you spell it. But QML programming. But honestly, I would really say any programming in the crypto world in general would be amazing. A lot of things are starting to use Rust, by the way, too. Would your argument be either EMV Salinity or Rust? Are you saying which one? I would say like do your own research on that, but just anything in the crypto field as a programmer, if you can get there and learn some experience, get some experience on that, I say you write your ticket. Um, Being a digital nomad in today's world and being able to move to like Mexico, move to um, countless number of countries with any cost of living lower than America. Um, that's the way to go. That is so the way to go. Especially since the Rona, people have been more like lax about remote programming. So I would definitely suggest if you can learn a skill like Salinity, like Rust, do that and do that like real fast. I'm not now, but one day soon, bro. I support that movement. I support that message. I love Passport Bro content. Um, Currently, that's not what I'm about right now. Because of where I'm at, I'm okay with where I am at, and I like the people I work with. But I'm saying anyone else in different situations, that's the way I would go. Um, I was watching certain videos. And this is a great digression, y'all. I was watching certain videos on Mexico and what the cost of living is there and how much cheaper it was. And I just saw someone in a really nice apartment for like $800 US, like way good apartment. So if that's what you could do, I would highly suggest doing that. Become a digital nomad. I don't think AI is going to catch up with like crypto programming anytime soon. So yeah, live that life. But yeah, back to crypto stuff. In your opinion, hey, what's up, Stan? Why would Visa partner with Solana? Because Solana's in with the people. They're in with Ethereum folks. They're in with the people at Davos. Solana's just in with the people. Even though we know Solana was a huge scam with scam Bankman Fried, we know it was huge. In that light, they're not going to let it die. They're just not going to. It's at a too big to fail part. People, those same people still have money in it, and they're not going to let it fail. It has a deal with T-Mobile and a T-Mobile phone. They're not letting it fail. So that's my opinion on that. There are tons of different things with better technology, but still, they're not going to let it fail. Is Polkadot dead? No, Polkadot is not dead. It is just its focus is not DeFi. Its focus isn't what everybody's focus is. If we were to go over here to chains, some of the things Polkadot kind of has running on it right now, like Energy Web Token. LCX has a aggregator on there. Um, so when we think about things like that, uh, their whole purpose is going to be the private. It's not going to be stuff like DeFi. Even though they have things like Aster and Moonbeam, which do pretty good for themselves, their true focus is going to be things like Energy Web Token, things like LCX, um, things of this nature. So Polkadot definitely not dead. Does Cosmos have a little bit of an edge on Polkadot? I would say yeah. Um, if I had to choose between the two, Cosmos or Polkadot, I'd probably go Cosmos. But yeah, Polkadot is definitely not dead. And invest in things that can generate passive income. For sure, bro. For sure, bro. That's a good point. That's a good point. And we're here with crypto. We have things like staking, right? As much as you can trust staking, right? You know what I mean? Like try to get something that's consistent with staking, not something that's like this fly by night Will Smith Inu or something like that. Something like Veracity that has been known to pay out. Something like Hedera that like they just lowered their rate, but they still have it, right? They still have a rate. Um, Yeah, we definitely want to do the passive income. Want to be diverse, not financial advice. I'm just more speaking for myself here. Um, Gold, silver, real estate, like as much as you can. Um, but yeah, definitely with that passive income, that's the way. It is the way. LTC, I think, is going to be quote unquote like a silver to Bitcoin's gold. You could also say that Ethereum is kind of a silver to Bitcoin's gold, but Litecoin is also like in that running. Um, the fact that it's kind of like faster Bitcoin, and better use for payment Bitcoin, better use for ordinals Bitcoin. It actually has use cases um, that Bitcoin can't necessarily support right now. I think Bitcoin is just totally going to be like digital gold. Like it's totally going to be that store of value. And I gave reasons for that on last show. If you want to check that out, NT. But there are a whole bunch of like esoteric, like right undercover reasons that we can understand that Bitcoin is going to be digital gold, right? Um, I thought Soul was the ETH killer. They say that, but then Soul's always connected to these things, right? That have to do with Ethereum somehow. And it's like it really seems like they're just not going to let Soul die, um, as much as it's scammy. Um, let's see here. Don't forget about Origin Trail. Or wait, is that Cosmos? Wait, were you talking about this thing right here? No, this is Parachain. So this one is Polkadot, and we can know that because Energy Web and all the moons, the Moon River, the Moonbeam. We can look at Cosmos too, though. Here we got Chronos, Kava, Osmosis, like so much more DeFi money over here in Cosmos. It's a lot of DeFi platforms over here. So they got like 5 platforms doing way better than Polkadot. But again, Polkadot's focus is not DeFi; it's more the private sector. Um, yep. Ooh, LTC or Caspa. That is what us up, E. Shout out to E. He is our moderator in our chat. He does the good job there, and I always like to shout out E. What is up, E? Um, oh, that's a hard question, bro. Um, I'm gonna say Caspa short term, Litecoin long term. Long term, I think Litecoin will catch up to what its evaluation should be. Short term, I really think Caspa is going to hit that 10 cent mark. So that's my answer. That's my answer right there. HRS community will have community nodes in the near future. Would you recommend accumulation and engaging? For sure, for sure. I would. If they have community nodes, that would be something definitely to do. Um, like there have been so many connections with HBAR as far as like Fed Now, as far as like huge companies like um IBM, Dell, um, Mitsubishi, Hyundai, I believe, possibly Sony. We haven't heard any confirmation from Sony yet, but they were up there and then they weren't. Um, so yeah, H bar is just such a gem out there. It's a gem. Like just imagine like we all know, like with the stock market, right? Like getting a 2x in a stock is just like hard as heck, right? But we look at stuff like this with H bar. It's sitting here at like 4 something cents, right? Okay, yep, 4.9 cents. We just back this up as high as 57 cents. Man, I mean, you're already sitting on a more than 100x, and I definitely think in the next bull run it tops this 57 cents. I just really think that. But yeah, with Solana now flipping the script to be EMV compatible, do you think they can move into the ETH layer 2 space and be a competition to others like Polygon and Set? I do think that. Exactly. I do think that. Um, I think a lot of these ETH layer 2s, when I really sit back and think about it, I think they're just money grabbing schemes. Like, we get to hold on to your ETH. You get to basically buy ETH for us. That's basically what a lot of these ETH layer 2s have become. Um, Shout out to Courtney Johnson. He was saying basically Coinbase's, a lot of these layer 2s are based off optimism anyway, right? And we got here Base, Starknet, like look at it. I converted my Ethereum to be on Starknet, right? Starknet, they have a token out here. They just haven't distributed it to anybody. But how long have they been holding on to people's Ethereum, right? How long have they been doing this? Like, it's been a good like 6 to 8 months now that they've been holding on to people's Ethereum and collecting interest on that boy. So, like, really, Blur scams, they're not for sale. Gotcha. But really, they've collected so much money and they've got to benefit for from all this collateral, right? And all this, like, all they had to do is just go stake the Ethereum and just get paid, right? Let's go to, like, let's see how much they have in their start. There we go. Oops. Okay, there it is. Starknet. So in certain instances, like to me, it's like, okay, why not just then hold on to your Ethereum, right? Um, we've just been holding on to, like, since the beginning of the year, let's say, well, let's say at least from June when they got a good 10 million in there. Like, how much is the Ethereum? How much is their staking worth? You know what I mean? Like, especially right here, right? It's like, okay, you got 30 something mil in there. it's just it's just crazy. So look at Base. Like, I'm sure some of this stuff was already on Coinbase, right? So it was already their collateral to begin with. But how many more people do you think maybe were like, okay, this is going to be on Coinbase. I'm going to put some more money on there. So how many people put more money on Coinbase for them to hold this, right? Man, it's just crazy to think about. So with some of these layer twos, I almost feel like it's just better to hold on to your Ethereum, right? I'm of the belief that we will be so starved for BTC that people will be reaching for anything Bitcoin related, like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin. Okay, okay. Um, That could be a thought. And that is also why my thought is invest in Litecoin. But all of the things that you just mentioned, NT, I believe they have grayscale trusts, right? So they're already having diamond hands hold on to them. I'm pretty sure there is a grayscale. I know there's grayscale Litecoin trust. I know there's grayscale Bitcoin Cash trust. Let me see if they have a grayscale Bitcoin SUV. So chances are they will be pumped at some point. Bitcoin SV grayscale trust. Okay, they may not have a trust in that, but I'm pretty sure they have a Bitcoin Cash trust. So yeah, they have a Bitcoin Cash trust. I already know they have a Litecoin trust. So at least with those two, I feel like you're not you're not wrong with those for real. Um, no problem, NT, no problem. HVAR versus DAG. This is always the decision, right? At this point, I would say HBAR for sure, right? Um, but Dag's being very silent, and knowing what I know about them and their whole like D Department of Defense stuff, it's like okay, yeah, man, this seems like a very very nice deal sitting here at 2.7 cents. I'm just gonna say H bar over DAG because we know all the stuff that's going on with H bar right now. But man, I really don't think you can go wrong either way, right? Let me kill the Telegram here. My one-on-one people are talking. Shout out to the one-on-one podcast. Love his conspiracy pod. Yeah, man. You really can't go wrong with both. But if you're putting a weapon to my head and you're asking me to choose, I'm gonna go with the H bar. Okay. Yes, indeed. H bar is also um, ISO 20022 compliant. Um, Funny about that whole 2022 number. This whole ledger update was also 2.2.2. And I don't think that that was a coincidence, bro. I really don't think so. So yeah, you can see it here. 2.2.2. I really don't think that that's a coincidence, bro. It's that number, bro. That six, the 2 3, right? But let me not get into that. That's a different subject. Um, Cryptocurrency will be the fastest growing asset class over the next decade. AI and other forms of tech and crypto will all merge to create so many different new industries and outdate others. This is 100% E. 100% E. Look at it, guys. Look at what happened with the .com bubble, right? With computers, right? This is the next thing. Um, except with AI is going to get rid of more jobs than it actually creates. That's the only thing there. But as far as like being first in an emerging market, in an emerging asset class, it looks exactly like a what happened with the .com stuff. Um, except when we look at the whole tokenomics of Bitcoin, like really, it's not too hard to see $1 million Bitcoin one day. It's just really not too hard to see it. And we've been over this before about how the IMF already has a designation for Bitcoin. So to me, obviously they're going to use it. So any thought about Bitcoin being not used or BlackRock's going to do like copy Bitcoin or whatever, it's just noise. Bitcoin is going to do what it do. You know what I mean? Like it's going to do what it does. And $1 million Bitcoin is going to happen. So when I say this today, like, are you ready for this fall? This is your final chance. This just might be the final chance for Bitcoin under 20K. Might be the final chance. So let's take advantage. I mean, not financial advice, but I'm going to take advantage. Put it that way. I am. We'll put it that way. We can even imagine what the world is going to look like in a decade. Yeah, just think about that. Just really think about that. Um, and if you're one person who can become like a digital nomad, a passport bro, if you will, um, life's going to be wonderful for you. Very wonderful for you. You can live wherever you want, work wherever you want, make your own hours, and have that Bitcoin to back you, right? Beautiful, beautiful thing. To me, it seems like Bitcoin forks, BCHBSV, Litecoin would be the logical layer twos of Bitcoin. See, I never thought about it that way. That's an interesting way to think of it. But I was looking at something yesterday where they were saying that Litecoin and Bitcoin are basically sister chains. Um, Let me see if I can find that. So it was some really good information here on X, if you will. Again, the whole X thing, right? Something deeper, telling you something deeper. Check out my crypto and conspiracy episode. Money is sacrifice. Um, let you know exactly what that X is all about there. Let's go look at the profile, see if I can find it. Should be in the like somewhere here. And my apologies if you see something stupid that I liked. There we go. Oh, and I passed it. There we go. Bitcoin and Litecoin are essentially side chains to each other through atomic swaps. One can move from Bitcoin main chain to Litecoin, and the use of Litecoin MWeb privacy. We've talked about that Mimblewimble privacy fungibility feature. You can use that as well. Okay. So amazing to think about, which is why, although Litecoin kind of fizzed on its halving, I still think it's a great investment. And we should be happy to have it at this low level. Okay. But again, if something pops off this September, which I think it is in a couple days, at least give it till September 18th or 19th. I think you will get Litecoin and Bitcoin at a lower price. Not financial advice. In the cut, what is actually going to lose? I'm not sure what you mean by that in the cut. Like what crypto is going to lose, or I don't know. Let me know what you're talking about in the cut. Say that again. I really want to know. Uh, Also, ARK Invest filed for the first Ethereum ETF. Others are coming. Eventually, we will see ETF basket of various types of crypto, possibly a mix of cryptos. This is what is coming. Yes, yes, this is what is coming. And this is for those people that feel like, okay, it's safer investing in stock market. It's more regulated investing in the stock market, which is it's just I'm sorry that I'm laughing because we look at these companies like Hedera, like a Stellar, and we realize they're working with all the regulated people. They're working with all the regulated companies. So it's like, why not invest in Hedera that's sitting at 5 cents? But no, you're going to go like put money in the stock market. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, diversify. Excuse me. Yes, diversify your portfolio. But I'm talking about the people that are just like, oh, I know I'm not going to invest in crypto at all. It's not safe. It's not secure. Like I'm talking about those people, not the people who know what crypto is and are diversifying their portfolio and investing in things like Coinbase, Robinhood, things like that. Not talking about those people. I'm talking about the other people, the skeptics. Okay, those are the people I'm talking about. They wouldn't even realize that, okay, Hedera's governed by T-Mobile, Dell, Boeing, all publicly traded companies, Google, IBM, LG. List goes on, right? So, and we could pull up Stellar, we could pull up Ripple, same thing, right? It's just madness. But yeah, I saw the whole thing about Ethereum. Again, we know Ethereum is connected to JP Morgan. So, you know, we're not picking any sides. We're just investing in what we know is going to be around, right? We're not being a Bitcoin maxi. We're not a Litecoin maxi. We're not a Ripple maxi. We're not an Ethereum maxi. We're diverse. We're talking about them all, and we're investing in all of them because we can see the future. Okay, that's how it works around here. Um, and I'm not throwing any shade to any maxis, but just for me personally, on my journey, I got to be diverse with it. Um, I know, Shook Focus. I was just talking about that, that naming convention. I don't think it's a coincidence that they chose 222. Um, I don't think it's a coincidence. Or yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence. Also, too, with the whole E thing, we got to be wary too and look out for ET. Like we saw what happened to Bitcoin with Bitcoin futures. Um, Ethereum ETFs, spot ETFs, are different from Ethereum futures. Okay, because the futures are only paper, and the paper can manipulate and drive the price down. So if Ethereum futures get approved before Ethereum spot, we probably see Ethereum's price go down, just the same as what happened to Bitcoin. Shout out to the gentleman of crypto. They were one of the first people to say, like, this is going to be manipulation on Bitcoin. This Bitcoin ETF or this Bitcoin future, excuse me, is going to be manipulation for Bitcoin. Lo and behold, what happened? So shout out to those guys. Um, We're on the Gentleman of Crypto channel. We got to give them props where props is due, you know. So just be wary about that, guys. If Ethereum futures comes before the spot ETF, we'll probably see a further drop in that price. 200022 compliance just means sanctionable. X marks the spot. It sure does. What's the conspiracy channel? Okay, it's let me get it up for you here. So it's on Rokfin, but right now I just have a few what do you call them? Podcasts up on Apple and Google Podcasts. And for my patrons, I'm giving you guys the actual videos. So you don't have to go get a Rokfin subscription because the videos are on Rokfin. But yeah, check this out. Money is sacrificed. This is such a good episode. I had a couple of my conspiracy guys here with me. Some very knowledgeable guys. And then let me shout out my guy here, One on One. He has a really nice channel. His stuff goes into some pretty deep stuff, though, guys. I'm not gonna lie with you. He gets really deep with it. So if you're ready to get into some deep stuff with Juan on Juan, check out his channel. I definitely want to point it out right quick, even though we're talking crypto right now, because I appreciate my guy Juan. Definitely go check his channel out. Let me bring it up right here so you guys can see it. If you look up One on One homunculus, he pops right up. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of anime, but a lot of anime refer to homunculus. And if you don't know what that is, check out my man Juan's channel. Some good stuff on here. Some good stuff on here. He's a very, very, very good researcher. And I'm going to start ramping back up my conspiracy shows. We're going to try to do that at least every Thursday or every Friday. We're going to start back up with the Power of Six. It's going to be such an interesting episode. I cannot wait to record it. The Power of Six, guys. Again, Power of Six. ISO 20022. 3 2s 6. There we go. So we are so early, less than 1% of the 8 billion people on Earth even know about crypto. Wow, that's a good stat there, OMC. I love it. Wish I could just pin this up somewhere in my Telegram. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for us to create a future for our families with wealth. 100%, bro. 100%, bro. Now understand, like I'm telling you guys, I'm totally believing that Bitcoin is going to make it to $1 million, probably by 10 years from now. Like not 10, but 2030, 2032, close to 10. But imagine too, what in that span of time, what's going to happen with Ethereum? What's going to happen with Ripple? What's going to happen with Hedera? What's going to happen with Litecoin? It's amazing. It's amazing to think about. And we have all the inroads here. All the articles and stuff are available for people to look if they would just look. But instead, they rather just look at sound bites and stuff that might not necessarily be true. It's just amazing, bro. It's amazing. This is the bottom, all positioned. What's up, Natish? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's about to happen, bro. It's about to happen. About to get that little bottoms. Bottoms are coming, bro. Volumes are coming. Um, Again, around that new moon, around that September 14th ish area, could happen a little before, could happen a little after. I'm ready. I'm ready. I got that dry powder ready, bro. Honeypot derivative investing. You fellas spoke on passive income. Do you really feel like staking could be the next way to earn passive spendable income? Definitely, definitely. Um, there, for the people who do DeFi and chase DeFi APYs, that's something you can do. Um, I wouldn't necessarily do it. To me, that's really risky, but you could do it that way. But I'm just thinking, just kind of traditional staking, like dividends, like what used to happen when you went to the bank and you actually had some earnings for your money. Like this is the way. This is the way. Um, it's just the way you want to do it there. Perfect world, I'd earn 8 to 12% staking $1 million BTC or something. And I think that day is coming where you can really leverage your Bitcoin. I mean, there are places out there right now where you could do that. It's just like I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think King mentioned one again. Shout out to the gentleman of crypto. Someplace, I don't know if it was like the Bahamas or the Cayman Islands or somewhere, where they would take your Bitcoin and they would actually give you more for you to buy a house, and they would hold your Bitcoin as collateral. Like, sounds fine and dandy until like Bitcoin is worth like $1 million and they got to give that boy back to you. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that, but it exists out there. By the end of the bull run, what will be the percent of ETH dominance? Well, crypto in focus, that's one way to look at it. One way for me, like how I look at it, is just everyone in America seems to be so about this ETH train. And we know that how JP Morgan is kind of on board with the ETH train. Where will its dominance be? I don't know, but with all these layer twos coming on board, with the ETH phone selling out, it's definitely going to be a huge, huge infrastructure here in America. Um, I don't know about any numbers for like the ETH dominance or anything like that, but I think its place is assured, and that's enough for me. That's just how I look at it. If the right ones, but some real stuff, I would be trying to flip crypto bags into investment properties for sure, for sure. And talking about, I don't know who brought up Passport Bros, but like I was watching one Passport Bro. He was like investing in properties in Thailand or something like that, and I thought that was pretty cool. Like having Thai Airbnb properties, that would be something. Like, hey, like I was looking at some other places in Mexico. They're just building them up right now. Like, why not buy one and rent it out? I mean, that's something to think about, man. It's something to really think about. Because real estate's a big earner. And just if you ever do that, though, I'm not a tax guy, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would probably suggest for you to have a company, and don't do it in your name, but do it in your company's name. Just a little bit of extra juice there. It's like how people always say, okay, like raise taxes for the rich. That's not going to do anything because the businesses are the ones that hold all the money. Like raising the taxes for the rich isn't going to do anything because they're not being taxed. Their legal entity, their company is. So it's not going to make any difference for them at all. What do you think about Beefy? Beefy's been around for a while. I think it's fine. But I'd rather own some more of those like ISO coins that we were talking about, right? Um, but I think it's fine for what it is. I think it does a really good job of paying out interest rates, and it seems to have gotten it to a science, right? Um, yeah, it seems like it's safe, but I'm always really hesitant of doing interest rates other than like straight from the people. You know what I mean? Like Hedera straight giving out their staking, uh, Veracity straight giving out their staking, Casper straight giving out its staking. Um, I like that a little bit more than going through like a party like Beefy. That's just my personal preference there. Oh yeah, turn coins into real coins or some big boys into physical property. I don't know. Maybe anime. Oh, you're talking my language. Maybe anime seems to be a common denominator of the Transformers. You know, I love myself some anime. They do a lot of revealing in the anime. IPv6, Wi-Fi 6, and what's after 5G. It's a good point. It's a good point. The power of that six right there. We're gonna get into that on that show. If it's not the bottom, keep your DCA going for sure. For sure. Yep. NT, yes, sir. If folks don't believe in crypto, it's not going to be mainstream. My Fidelity 401 brokerage account allows me to buy crypto assets, both BTC and ETH, soon and soon more. So think about that. That's a great point, OMC. Um, that's the real money right there. When you get into those 401k accounts that just aren't being touched, and you pay a penalty or interest to touch your own money if you get it early, that's just diamond hands money. That's why Fidelity and Vanguard has more money than BlackRock, I believe, to be honest with you, because they have all these retirement accounts. But yeah, that's really going to push crypto over the edge, and that's coming like 2024. I think XRP is dead. Really? XRP is not dead. Why do you think that, NT? They're out here doing deals and deals and deals. Check out my last episode for that. Um, I think you would not think it's dead if you check out the previous episode. Correct. Set up your assets in companies. Um, in your companies, exactly. In your company's name, even your crypto holdings. Save on taxes whenever you can. 100%. Uh, I didn't I didn't buy the pump. It came right back down to earth and even lower. 100%, bro. Here we go. All right, guys. Been a great show tonight. Everybody's really active. I really appreciate that. Catch y'all on Saturday, 9:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Peace.